Hello guys, welcome to In 5 Minutes. Let's try to understand file allocation methods. First, let's try to understand what you mean by file allocation and how it is going to be different. We all have somewhere over the corner has accessed some file which had some data. Now, the file for us would be just to read, update, or as we call it, edit. But all these things would be done when the file is stored on some secondary storage. Secondary storage will have certain tracks, sectors, and other things as what we have discussed. So now we are trying to understand how the common file which we generally use for read writing would be stored on the secondary storage. To be very precise, we are talking about storing it on hard disk drive. So let's try to work. Theory wise, what we mean, allocation method address the problem of allocating space to file so that the disk space is utilized effectively and file can be accessed quickly. So we have two things, disk space which we want to utilize effectively as well as the file which should be accessed quickly. There are three basic techniques for allocating: continuous allocation, linked allocation, and index allocation. Let's try to see each one in detail. The first one, contiguous allocation. What exactly contiguous allocation is? In this, whenever you talk about any file that would be stored continuously once you start, that means given a file and the blocks, if you intend to store any file from a particular point, n number of blocks would be allotted to that file. Consider I have file X which I say is of 15 KB. Each block over here consider is of 5 KB. What would happen? Consider from 1, these are the blocks. Suppose from block 3 we are talking about. Now block 3 first part, block 4 second part, block 4 fifth part. In terms of continuous memory allocation, we will always record two things. First, block where we are starting to store the file, and second is the size. So in this case for file X, we'll store three things, or rather two things, that we are starting from block 3 and the file size is of 15 KB. To be understood, there will be three blocks used for this. So let's try to see what we have in this slide. Require each file occupy a set of contiguous block on the disk. As we have explained over here, it would be continuously a one file system. Then second thing, accessing file is easy. Only need is the start location, as we have said over here, and the length, that is number of blocks. So if we want to say number of blocks, instead of 15 KB we can say 3 blocks, as I have mentioned now. But there are some serious problems. Yeah. Now what are the serious problems? Number one, finding a space for new file. Suppose in the current location also we have one more file. Let's call it file Y, which requires, let's say, 30 KB of space. Now there is a small issue. As you can see, we do have 30 KB as upper 3 and bottom 3 comes out to be total 30 KB. But now there is an issue. There is not continuous location. So that is what we have to handle. Although this kind of issue can be handled by defragmentation, that is moving all occupied blocks on one side and all empty block on the other side, but still this will take time. As we said, external fragmentation. Yes, although there is a space, but because there is no continuous space, good amount of data is being wasted. Need for compaction. This is the exact thing which we said. This is data fragmentation, where technically what would happen would be all blocks which has data would shift up and all blocks which are empty would be shifting down. The basic advantage is keeping all data at one location and all free. Only after this we can access file Y of 30 KB. Determining space for file, especially if it needs to grow, that would be one of the other disadvantage. Consider guys, we have used this for some other file, and then the file X which we had, which was 15 KB, suddenly becomes big, and now by adding some 3 KB of data, it is 18 KB. Now if we talk about direct allocation, we don't have, if we talk about continuous allocation, we don't have space available. Although if you can see, there is a space towards the ending. So these are the major issue when it's talk about continuous allocation. Let's see the diagram for a more practical view of it.